don't want to put my personal opinions or nothing on this. This ain't no video about is Trump a racist, is Kamala black, or none of the controversial stuff. With Trump, I a lot of people from the hood like, man, look, Trump trying to take food stamps, Trump trying to take Kamala offering what she offering, and Trump is offering
right. And I'm gonna say something that may be a little controversial.
Turn it in a mo. Turn it in a mo. Stack, flip it. Turn it in a mo. La. Go get that dough and we gon' turn it in a mo. Free up and go and we gon' turn it in a mo. We make that cash flow and then we turn it in a mo. No, we ain't running low cause we gon' turn it in a mo. What up, world? It's your boy SouthSideBlack. Y'all know turn it in a mo. Well, if you don't know who I am, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a positive hip-hop artist, entrepreneur, and revolutionary because I'm doing revolutionary things, especially for the hood and stuff like that. You can also call me Robin Hood Black. But, yeah, that's me, and we on Turn It Into Mo channel. And what Turn It Into Mo is all about creating the life that you desire to live, obtaining the freedom that you deserve. You know, I'm just kind of keep it simple like that, you know, for the people who don't want to work a 9-to-5 job your entire life just to pay bills and look back at the end of your life and realize, dang, all I did was pay bills. You never got to live. You just got to survive. You know, that's what this channel for. So, you know, I educate, inspire others and give them a new perspective so they could help them create the life that they desire to live. You know, and obtain true happiness. So, me doing that originally came from me wanting to help solve what I had to go through, you know, poverty, coming up in the hood, and losing loved ones to a lot of things that go on in the hood. So, me wanting to change my environment, you know, and that how I got started on this. And you know, obviously it's bigger than that now and the way I see it, but my initial spark and what made me want to do this, my why, is to help black people or people in the hood, you know what I'm saying, specifically black people and what we've been through in this country and stuff like that. So that's for the people who maybe new, because we growing, but you know, we ain't a super big channel. So we coming with a interesting video today. Yeah, I mean, I got Aaron right here. You know, long time friend. You know what I mean? Long time friend. We connected through another friend of mine, and we realized we had similar interests and stuff when it comes to tech and finance and things like that, networking and you know just things like that. And we had stayed in touch. You know, we kind of had a little dispute, little differences, and stopped talking for a while. But you know, the universe aligned us back, and you know, we've been chopping it up and running it. And he likes to he is a Trump supporter, and he
Gonna put that out there right now.
He hey, but nah, y'all gotta hear him out, because this ain't no video about is Trump a racist, is Kamala black, or none of the controversial stuff.
Is she black?
You know, I don't know. They say they say she is. They say she is. I don't know, cause it like I say, like this turning into mo. And what we decided to do, besides make it controversial, talk about the controversy, we want to talk about the stuff that matter and affect us directly, whether you Republican, Democrat, whether you white, black. At the end of the day, at 4 years, we're gonna have to still do what we gotta do for ourselves. So and whatever they do could affect us and how we live our lives. So we want to talk about the stuff that actually affect us, and that's policy and party. But I want Aaron to introduce himself and let y'all know how he qualified to speak, you know. But the main focus on this is how can Trump help the hood, because a lot of people, especially from the hood, we tend to automatically vote Democrat, you know, and a majority of the time don't even care what they doing or what they running for or what they promising, you know, in a policy, but they are all, you know, just stick to just stick to that party, you know, just loyal to that party, and you can be going through, it could be stuff that you actually complaining about and struggling with, and they is doing the things that's making you struggle, and you don't even know it, you know. So you loyal to a party, and you could be blind, you know, not even knowing that they messing over you. You could be blind when they cross you, like YB would say. So this Aaron, you know, and once we introduce, we're gonna get into the conversation. Yeah, we're gonna get into the conversation. But just tell them a little bit, you know, about you, who you is, you
All
know.
right. Appreciate that introduction. My name is Aaron Burback. I'm just turned 50 years old. I don't feel like it, but some days I do feel like it.
Yeah.
And, you know, D said we met through another friend, and we found we had similar interests in tech and, you know, audio, video, and production, and, you know, video creation and editing and things like that, and the economy and world events, all that stuff. So we've had some
Yeah.
pretty intense conversations
Yeah.
from time to time, and
Yeah.
I, you know, I tend to say what's on my mind, and I use a measured approach. I don't, I don't look to offend anybody, but I try not to hold back in a way that's gonna, you know, really keep me from expressing the way that I feel. And at 50 years old, I kind of feel like I've reached a point where I've seen a lot of things happen, you know, once or twice or three times over. I've lived in times of prosperity. I've lived in times where, you know, people are struggling to get by, all people. And I've lived under Democrat regimes and Republican regimes, and grew up in the Reagan era. And as a Generation Xer born in 1974, I'm one of the first generations to be all publicly, you know, public school educated. So being around people of other backgrounds and colors is, you know, it's just life to me. It's not, you know, I've been around black friends, white friends, and Spanish friends, and Jewish friends, and all kind of people. You know, it's just to me, it's an example of what I've always been told America is. You know, one big melting pot. You know, but it's written on the money, e pluribus unum. You know, from many one. It means that, you know, we come here being different, but we all subscribe to the same philosophy of freedom and prosperity, and you know, less government intrusion in our lives. And I feel that we're getting so far away from that. I mean, the country is literally 50-50 divided, and that is, it just doesn't make sense to me. We have so much in common. We all want the same things, yet we are divided 50-50, to the point where the last election was decided by 80,000 votes, which were manipulated, and I'll get to that later. But um, it's it's become apparent to me. I can't ignore certain things anymore. And the big secret is that white people have known for a long time that black people are being used and manipulated and deliberately held back to guarantee that the people in power continue to get their votes. And that's why you have a cycle that keeps repeating of empty promises and never getting ahead and always being one step behind. And, you know, if you happen to get caught up in the system some way, it's a trap. You never get out. And, you know, I've experienced some of that, maybe not, you know, in the same way as other people, but by the same people and of the same people's doing. You know, I have life experience of the government literally making my life harder when it doesn't have to be, and it makes no sense whatsoever. So I hope that this can be a place, you know, because now I see that not only have y'all been manipulated? We've been manipulated too. And we've not been able to see each other being manipulated in that way ever before. And we've gotten to a point where information is available to everyone. And for the first time, we're able to see really clearly what's going on. And I hope that this can be a place where, people of different backgrounds can put aside history differences and everything else and realize that we are all Americans, and that as one unit we have more power than any government force ever. So that's kind of what I hope.
Yeah.
I hope to maybe dispel some of the rumors about the quote unquote system, and some of the information that goes around, and how things happen and how it's all related. And as someone who is ADHD and went undiagnosed until age 37, I feel like I've missed a lot of opportunities to learn, and I'm trying to make up for lost time. So I consume a lot of information in various different ways, and I have the ability to not only retain it, but explain it in a way that people seem to, I don't know, they like it. I don't know.
Yeah, cause we have conversations, and he'll break it down, and I'll be like, dang, I understand, like, dang, um, just in an easily digestible way, he'll say, um, especially I guess him being around different types of people too, and know how to, communicate with different types of people on different types of level. So that may play into it too. So the economy right now, like, not even really getting into politics, just the economy. What do you see that what's wrong with the economy?
Well, you're seeing the result of about 16 years of printing money. When you print money like that, you're artificially inflating the economy, and you're creating debt. Every person in this country is on the hook for $104,000 of that debt. As you do it for a percentage of the taxpayers, each taxpayer is on the hook for $240,000 towards that debt bill that we have right now. And it's going up every minute.
Yeah, I go see y'all. If y'all go hit what I done forgot this USDebtClock.com or something.
Yeah.
You're gonna see that mug going like a timer.
We're not paying it down. We're just paying the interest on it. We're not doing anything to make it go down. It's only going up.
The print money side of it, the debt, which is, when you print money, there's also like using a credit card besides go and make some more money. So that side of it, what else you feel like is a big issue with today's economy?
Well, for one, the government was never meant to be this big. The government is huge. If the more the government controls, the less freedom the people have.
Yeah.
And, when people are free, it creates innovation and technology, and it creates growth and prosperity and, pride, a lot of, all positive things. So, less government.
I think a lot of people have problems with today's economy when it comes to inflation. Like prices have been going up. It's supposed to be. I don't think it's as bad now, but we went through it, so it's like life got more expensive already. Even if it ain't still going up as fast as it was, life then got more expensive, and some people probably they income hasn't gotten more, hasn't increased.
No, and let's be clear, these prices aren't coming down. I hope you're not expecting, these prices to go back the way they were. They won't. The only thing that can happen is that our wages have to go up. And right now, our wages are not going up at a rate to outpace inflation.
Yeah. So We got all of that going on right now, and we got Trump, we got Kamala as choices to help come fix this. Now, I want to go into Trump and like what his policies is, because I had just I had read over Kamala thing, and what she talking some stuff specifically for black people. She talking some stuff. At first she wasn't, black men I should say. At first she wasn't. You know what I'm saying? Like at first she ain't do all that, and it really wasn't looking too good for her. You know what I'm saying? Even I was like, man, I didn't feel comfortable, like with her, like the way basically just certain things that she was saying and wasn't doing that had me wasn't comfortable with her. But her doing this, it kind of got a lot of people like, okay, well, dang, she got something going on here. Then you got people who, whether they think Trump racist or whatnot or whatever the case may be, the main point is like trying to highlight the difference in the economies or the possibilities. So I want to like tell the hood, tell the hood what like a Trump economy would look like, if he was elected.
Okay, Trump is a pure capitalist. He does not believe in government intervention in business because it increases the cost of our goods for one. Mm-hmm. Because the government they write all these rules and stuff that businesses have to follow, and every time they write a new rule or change a rule, these companies have to spend a lot of money just to comply with those rules. And that's money that they could be putting back into the business to help it grow and create more opportunity for people.
Okay.
And at the same time, the business owners do increase their wealth. That's how it works. That's how it's supposed to work. Mm-hmm. People tend to vilify business owners, and Kamala does a good job of that by saying, we're going to tax the rich and make sure that they pay their fair share. Well, what is their fair share? Would somebody please share that information with me? Because they don't ever define it. They just say their fair share. It used to be directed at me. Now they're directing it at big business, and accusing gas stations of inflating the prices, accusing grocery stores of inflating the prices. When a grocery store, they don't make very much money to begin with.
Yeah.
So that's ways that you can make it easier for businesses to operate, is by cutting back on regulations, not to the extent where you compromise employee safety or environmental effects or anything like that, but just general regulation that has no place in business, and it's only serving to hurt that business's ability to grow. So Trump believes in low taxes and less regulation, and tariffs. Now, tariffs are a tool that we can use with other countries who are manipulating the system in their favor. See, they keep up with it. It's called a trade deficit. That means that we're taking in more of their goods than they are taking in of our goods. So it creates what they call a deficit there, a void where they're getting more out of the deal than we are. Yeah. So Trump is all about just wanting a fair deal. And it's ironic that the name of his book is called The Art of the Deal. He's a deal maker. That's what he's done his whole life. He's had to deal with investment bankers and real estate brokers and business owners of all types. And he's had to, do these businesses through periods of high regulation and low regulation, high taxes, low taxes, all kinds of stuff. So he's seen it all. He's done it all. And he has a very good idea of how the economy works. We can generate a lot of prosperity for a lot of people, but we're not being given that opportunity right now. And I don't see that if we continue going the way that we're going with policies like the Biden administration has put in place over the last 3.5 years, we're not going to get any closer to prosperity. We're only going to get further away from it. So Trump believes in basically getting out of the way and let people do what they do, and let the free market figure out, who has good products, who's running a good business. The government has no place regulating business like that. The government should be looking for ways to make it easier for business to operate and make money, because that means prosperity for everybody, including the owners. We used to have the big three car makers, the largest three car makers in the world. We made the best cars ever. And we're really close to losing that entire industry.
Yeah.
And, you see the Biden administration really catering to unions. And he's saying, well, I'm the biggest union president ever. And that might be true. But what good is a union if the company you're working for is not selling their products? They don't have any money to pay you. And the union's not going to do it for you. So the union's not going to help anybody if there's no products being made. So our auto industry is in danger of being extinct. He wants to bring back a lot of the jobs that have been lost to other countries in manufacturing and other sectors, and also attract businesses from other parts of the world to either expand in the United States or, put a presence in the United States. So we're going to have great companies from all over the world if we allow it to happen. We can have great companies from all over the world investing in America in the form of job creation and growth. The way you grow an economy is by investing in business.
Mm-hmm.
And there's various ways you can do that. And one of the best ways you can do it is to lower taxes. So he wants to lower taxes for businesses to create opportunities. And because businesses with low tax rates will want to come and invest in America, because they get to keep more of their money. And when they get to keep more of their money, they invest it back into their businesses to grow them to make more money. And in turn, the people working for them make more money. Okay, I wish we lived in a world where everybody could start a business, but everybody don't deserve to start a business. There's some dumbass people out there.
Yeah. I say it all the time, like, everybody ain't built to be entrepreneurs and stuff, but creating the life that you desire, even if that means you got you a nice little nest egg, and you straight to where if something happens, you financially secured, but you still got the job that you wanted, or whatever your dream job is, or even if it is starting your business. But everybody don't have to be a business owner. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just about doing your way of contributing to society. How do you want to contribute to society? If that means you want to be the best, whatever, the policeman, you want to be the best hairdresser, you want to be the best um, cashier, whatever, then do that. But create the life that you desire.
So,
Okay.
Anytime the government hands out something like $20,000 on a house or $25,000 to start a business, they're not generating this money. They're taking it out of the tax money that they're collecting.
Yeah.
And if you do the math on something like that, there's 43 million blacks in the United States, I believe, at 13%. If you do the math on 330 million people, so at 43 million. And out of that, you have probably 30 million taxpayers, 25 million taxpayers, maybe.
Okay.
So the money that you're paying into the system, is actually kind of being given back to you in the form of incentives like that. But it's not nearly, the government, you're not getting a good return on your money in that respect. They do this all the time, and you want to believe it's in good faith and that they're doing it to help people out. But when you see that the way that they changed the system to work in a way it wasn't intended, you have to ask yourself why. Why? Because welfare services and government assistance of any kind, whether it's a phone bill or money to eat or money for housing or money for business or whatever it is, um, that money gets taken out of the tax money that we pay in. And if there's no money there to begin with, I don't know where you're going to get the money unless you print it. If lifting one person up means taking something away from another person,
Yeah.
how does that ever lift both people up? It doesn't.
Yeah.
One person gets lifted up and the other one gets pushed down.
And that's the thing. It's like
Trump wants to create the atmosphere and the business economy to where everybody can participate and increase their standard of living. The goal is to get government out of your life, whether it's benefits, whether it's regulation, whether it's get them out of your life. They can't control you if they don't give you things.
Yeah, and I agree. Like we shouldn't be dependent on the government, but it's like people are stuck. Black America or the hood is stuck to where they have to choose between, like I said, more of what Kamala or more of what the Democrats do, and what Kamala is offering on top of that, and the opportunity to create a better life and have more control over your life, and like I say, turn it into more, create the life you desire. And it's like, while that transition point, like making that transition over, is no telling how long that could be, or some people probably don't even understand how to make that type of transition. So it's like, my point is, I think Trump or capitalists need some kind of holistic solution to recipients of welfare. Um, but and because the Democrats, all they doing is just prescribing pain medication. It's a problem,
Right.
and
They
y'all just give
always
me
have
pain
a
medication.
solution that includes more government. Their solution always includes more government, which requires more spending with money we don't have.
And so it's more like, I feel like if Trump or whatever capitalist can come up with a way to help people become capitalists, besides being stuck on that, what I'm saying, like that transition point, like I say,
Right.
what I'm saying, like getting off that food stamps and all of that, to I gotta, get it on my own now. Like, you don't have, what I'm saying, and on top of, if you got a criminal background record, and worrying about the system being used in a racist way against you, and things like that. So
We
I think that's
still
what it'll
we
take.
still need people to advocate for those causes, because I don't want to paint a picture that Trump's going to solve everybody's problems.
Yeah,
We're still going to have problems in the world to deal with.
yeah,
But it's just the kind of problems that don't have to happen.
yeah,
It should have never happened. We can prevent those, and Trump can prevent those.
yeah.
And I've seen him create opportunity, and all the logic follows. If you have somebody that has had time to think about what they did
Mm-hmm.
and how they could make it better, then it's only going to be better when they get a chance to implement it. I know he's got to feel terrible. I know he feels terrible.
Hey,
I
man,
feel terrible for him because I know how I would feel.
you spoke on welfare and how we all pay for that, and part of that is being misused. Our taxes and stuff is being misused. So it's like, for black people, it's like it's all, I say we in general, like it's like all we know. You know, like we ain't been properly educated on how to basically turn it into more like how to save money, how to invest, how to go learn about this or go learn about that. Is from the history and with black people in America and where we come from, and slavery and dealing with the aftermath of slavery. All of that plays a part in that miseducation and not knowing that racial wealth gap, and why a lot of black people are the way we are today. And now the problem is getting people to change, like wake up and realize that you can actually change that. That's not the way that you actually supposed to be living. So it's like that's the thing we dealing with now. And that just from a personal standpoint. From a cultural standpoint, it's a whole lot more nonsense that we ain't even finna get into. But with Trump, he what's his stance on welfare type of programs? Because I a lot of people from the hood like, man, look, Trump trying to take food stamps, Trump trying to take, but like I say, this all these people, this all we know. So like, what's that's gonna automatically make a lot of people not want to.
Right. And I'm going to say something that may be a little controversial. When people say, that they may take away our food stamps, or they may, take away, this money or that money, that's not entirely false, but he intends to replace it with an opportunity for prosperity that you don't have and you're not getting and you haven't been getting your whole life. And I think you got a taste of that during his first term. I know that opportunity zones for black communities were a really big deal, and a lot of people point to that as a big success, and they want to expand upon that, and they have other programs as well. If you can get the idea that Trump is racist out of your head and believe what he's saying, then it works. It works.
Yeah.
Everything that he's saying works. He's not saying anything controversial. He's not saying anything that hadn't been done before. But I'll submit that he is the most qualified person we've ever had on the economy in the White House. And now he has 4 years of previous experience to pull from, and 4 years to review some of the decisions that he made and refine them if he feels that it wasn't good, if it didn't help anyone or wasn't helping enough. So Trump just wants to create opportunity for this country because he sees the same thing I do.
So I want to kind of get to what at least probably like half of the people, some people may want to be a little more detailed, but I want to get into, you're going to say something?
Yeah, I think I can speak a little bit more on like welfare and social programs. See, welfare system was designed to help people when they experience, financial hardships due to a whole host of things. You lose your job, a family member passes away, or you have some more financial other difficulties, medical expenses or whatever. There are any number of ways that people can find themselves in financial difficulties. And the welfare system was designed to help people, get through those times and get back to a position where they can support themselves. Right. It was never meant to be a lifestyle.
Yeah.
And every time the government starts handing out more money for this and that, they're helping you buy into that mentality of the government providing everything you need.
Yeah.
And cutting you out of all of the prosperity that you could be experiencing if you realize it's actually better for you if you got off of the government assistance.
Yeah.
See, what you want is the government out of your life. I don't care if they're taking stuff from you or giving stuff to you. You want them out of your life. You want to be able to make those choices on your own. And they make it extremely difficult for you to do that. And It's only been in the last couple of years that I've realized that the system is rigged, because I found out it's rigged for me too. But unfortunately for black people, they use the history and America's history as it relates to black people as a tool for keeping you on that government assistance. And it gets passed from one generation to the next, and nobody ever lists themselves out because they keep giving you more. And, again, you get conditioned to accept a standard of living that you don't have to accept. But I know it's scary to think about having those benefits taken away, because they are helping you live.
Yeah.
And you don't have anything immediately to replace it with. I mean, I get that.
Yeah.
But that's what Trump wants to do. He wants to create that opportunity. But at the same time, he needs people to be open to that possibility that he can do it. And good thing for us, we got 4 years that we can look back on and see, how he did that. And knowing that he's had time to see how he can improve upon that. And not to mention the fact that he's bringing in some superstars. We've got some superstars, both black and white, that are coming in to help. Elon Musk is going to be a big help in rooting out a lot of fraud, waste, and abuse.
So, like, America, and even more specifically Trump, see that the recipients or the people that receive welfare needs help. Some kind, even if, like you say, to get on your stuff. And a lot of that is I say a lot of blacks is on their welfare. So it's like, what can make like, why isn't Trump trying to offer anything to resolve this, so those so people like myself can, like, excel and get off of and or not need the welfare? Like, why isn't he trying to cater to that problem?
He is, in a way, but I just think maybe it hasn't been communicated in a way that really clicks, or hits home with people.
Okay.
Because the thing that would replace those benefits is the income that you're making from a job with a good salary, and opportunities that are there that you're not hindered from getting those opportunities, that they're abundant. And it's not like you have one job and 10 people competing for it. You've got 100 jobs and 10 people competing for it. That's what Trump wants. He wants to generate opportunities in this economy by allowing businesses the opportunity to grow and expand. And he wants to pull in businesses from other parts of the world. He wants to make America the best place to do business in the world, and he wants to do that by lowering business taxes. It sounds counterproductive. Well, wait a second, if the businesses are paying less taxes, then we're not going to have enough money to go around. Well, that would be true if the businesses didn't grow and they didn't create more jobs and hire more people, but that's not what happens when you lower their taxes. When you lower their taxes, you signal to them that it's a good time to spend that money and grow your business. So the benefits are going to be seen immediately. It's not something that's going to take a long time to start seeing the effects of it.
Yeah.
But you got to give him a chance. If you don't give him a chance to do it, you'll never know.
Okay. And so I want to ask, well, I want to kind of point out a couple things that Kamala is offering. I say she's doing. You kind of alluded to the 20K, whatever it is, 20K, the 20K loan for black entrepreneurs and others who will have a good idea. So the 20K loan, the legalization of marijuana, and a lot of black people and others have, I'm quite sure, feeling real optimistic about that from just that right there. So she talking about lowering costs with the the whole price gouging and all of that, lowering rent and down payment assistance. That's like the one of the things the main thing she running with. And I just want to say this. So
All right.
black
I think I
men,
know where you're going.
yeah. So she basically saying she want to create a opportunity economy. She says she want to remove historical barriers to wealth creation. I assume she mean like the racial wealth gap and things like that. Education and employment, improving the criminal justice system, which is another big thing that some people is not feeling Trump on. Um, she actually and they done did some stuff to like help do police reform and things like that. So that's big, especially for black people. That's big. And those two things on top of the other stuff, like she talk about, we was talking about the federal jobs and stuff. She talking about removing the degree requirement so more people can get in. You get educated how you get educated, but you don't need
Is
whatever
that
degree to
something that
get.
she targeting specifically for blacks or?
I think for everybody, but she mentioned it was mentioned on the section on her website while I was reading, and they got like you scroll
Oh,
down,
the
they got
80
like stuff
pages
like
of policies, Biden's policies that she posted on her own website. Yeah.
no, she got a policy on there that says for black, what is it?
Oh,
Black,
yeah.
like for
She
black
just
men.
added that. She
Yeah,
just
she just
added that
added that.
this week.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
because she realizes she's losing the black men vote
yeah,
in droves. Not only that, the Hispanic vote.
yeah.
And this is not new. This may be surprising. This is not something that just happened. They've been losing little percentages of the black vote every election, and the Hispanic vote as well. But this time it's overwhelming because the problems are so bad and people want change so bad. And they realize they're being lied to and they're being manipulated and they're being forced to live in a system that is being created by the very people telling them that they can't get ahead. You're living under control of people who are telling you you can't get ahead because the system is rigged against you.
So I wanted like to make sure, because I know we're gonna end up like clipping it up anyway, but to make sure we got like a recap of the comparison. So basically, the people is voting for more, or black people, I should say, is voting for more welfare and the possibility of and what it is opportunity economy, of an opportunity economy. Business loans and things like that. Federally legal weed, which she ran on that in 2020, and uh, it hasn't happened. I don't know if that's going to be a problem again. I don't know why it didn't happen. I don't know if it's because she wasn't the actual president. I don't know, but that's one thing she
What
running
makes you
on.
believe that she's going to do all the things?
Let me
Well,
finish.
let me just. When is she going to explain all the things she's going to do?
Yeah,
Because she hasn't explained a damn thing.
yeah, she just gonna put it out.
She just opportunity economy, and everybody's going, "Oh, yeah, that
Yeah,
shit sound good."
yeah, that's the thing, though. That's the thing. It sounds good. It sounds good.
It hasn't been invented, and she's the one that's going to invent it. She did so well the last 3.5 years. Let's give her a chance to create a whole new economy.
But
This woman is incompetent. She has no business serving as president. Can you imagine her dealing with Putin, Xi, Kim Jong-un, some of the other just regular leaders of other countries. The only people she's going to relate with are people like, the leader of France and the leader of Canada. 70 days she's been campaigning before she came up with the 5-point black plan.
Yeah.
She's been swaggerjacking Trump the whole time. Trump comes out with no taxes on tips. 2 weeks later, Kamala, no taxes on tips.
Yeah.
It's the opportunity economy.
And that's the thing.
So why are you giving away Trump's opportunities?
That's the thing now to end, because I'm gonna have to get you back. We could talk about it's most stuff, a lot more stuff we talk about. But this is a pressing,
I can do this all day.
This a pressing issue that I feel that we need to get to the people ASAP, because it's how many more days until
if we don't get this right, y'all.
How many more days until the election? It's like 20.
I'm not willing to risk it. I'm not willing to risk it.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm gonna do if Kamala gets elected. I honestly don't.
Yeah.
If it's been this hard to live the last 3 years.
Ooh. And see, this what I'm trying to get people to see. Cause look, y'all, I'm biased. I'm being biased. I don't want to put my personal opinions or nothing on this. I'm like, as far as voting for or whatnot. We speaking, we unbiased. Just how you talk about media bias. This media unbiased. So I'm trying to get the people to understand or see, like I say, Kamala offering what she offering, and Trump is offering the more of a opportunity. It's not more of a direct assistance. It's, when it comes to Black America, at least, it's not more of a direct assistance. She is promising more of a direct assistance. So it's like, basically, like I say, just turning into more. So it seems as if Kamala is offering, like I say, more welfare and pretty much more, or she say more opportunity economy. Well, she doing the things that she doing.
And keep in mind that she cannot guarantee what she's promising,
and she can't guarantee it. But more for blacks and others. That's what she say. But we got Trump on the other hand. He got a track record of good business, good good and what you call it, like oil policies and energy and stuff like that, which helps
pro America. It's all common sense,
Yeah, and jobs and things like that. So it's like Trump is allowing more opportunities to turn it into more.
Even if they don't believe it, they're still worth a chance to them for something different. And I'm telling you, based on the 4 years that Trump was in office, it was a good time. People were making money. Black people were making money.
Value all my time, I ain't got no time to chill. The way a nigga hustle, you might think I signed a deal. That life I dream about is what I'm on the grind to live. And I won't be hard to find, it ain't hard to find a